Chickadee check. Microphone, chickadee check. Chickadee, chickadee, chickadee check. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yo. All right, let's do this. Guys, what's going on? Good afternoon. Welcome to hashtag TNT JoFi Tech News that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. Welcome to, is my mic on? Yeah, it's on. I think it's on, right? It's on. This is episode something of TNT JoFi because I lost count. This is also day something in quarantine because I equally lost count. How's it going, guys? Good afternoon to people in the US. Good morning. Good evening to everyone else around the world. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, all those good things and whatnot. We kind of have a slow tech news today. I mean, we can always have a much more lively one, but I'm kind of in a rush today because I have a lot of other things going on, like almost immediately right after this show or this stream. But this is an hour for tech. We're gonna chill out. We're gonna talk about what's going on. I'm just like looking at my news stories here and we'll converse in chat and see what else is going on. So let me go ahead and say hi to everybody. Max Tech Studios was first in line. What's going on, Max Tech Studios? Glad to have you. Nice to see you, man. Levin's in here as well. Levin is in here as well. What's up, everyone? What's going on, Levin? Welcome. Daniel Lupker is here as well. Hey Daniel, what's up? Brian also. Brian, what's up, man? Deepak is in here. Deepak Murthy, welcome. What's up, Jerome? Not much. Staying busy, staying super busy, super busy. But Paul is in here as well. Slow Tech News Day, I guess. Kinda. I don't know if that's what you're saying or because I said it or if you feel the same, but or it's probably because of the titles of my stories. Maybe that's what it is. There's really not a lot to talk about. The big news right now is the Nord, or at least for us phone enthusiasts. I think the Nord is the big thing people are talking about. 125 watt charging. Those are the two real big things that are happening right now. But otherwise, I haven't really kept up with anything else. luckily I have my P40 Pro Plus. I went to take photos yesterday, some more. I'm dying to put this video together, and I'm just trying to figure my time out here. But it's coming. It's coming. Team Varai is in here. Team Varai, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Just finished window shopping for new vlogging equipment. What's up, Jerome? What's up, Team Varai? What's going on? What kind of vlogging equipment did you get? If you don't mind me asking, or what are you looking for? Is there something in particular that you have your eyes set on? I'm just curious because, I like doing that stuff too. Deepak Murthy with a €2 super chat. Deepak, thank you, man. Thank you for the early super chat here. Thank you for the continued support. Thank you for making it to my streams regularly. All you guys, excuse me, all you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. How was my Zimmer watch? My Zimmer watch? Zimmer watch? What are we talking about? Why do I always feel like it goes, everything you tell me sometimes goes over my head. Team Rice is looking for mics, need to upgrade from my phone's recorder. Oh yeah, I use it's over there. I use a Rode Video Mic Pro Plus Max. I forget which one I have, but the bottom part broke off and I don't know. I have to put that back together. Oh, apartment looking. Why? What's Zimmer? What's Zimmer and so I found one apartment I really liked, and I might close in on that maybe today. Well, I don't know if I have time today. I really don't know if I should jump too forward either, and maybe I need to look at a couple more apartments, but I really liked it. It's tiny. It's 300 square feet. So imagine cramming a kitchen and a bathroom and a living area and some closets in 300 square feet. Now imagine my 2 monitors, my big PC, studio lighting, tripods, mic stands. I have a bicycle that I have to take with me. I have a green screen. It's going to be a very crowded apartment. But that'll be fun. I'll do like an apartment tour for you guys so you can see what that's like. I have a feeling that's where I'm going to get the apartment because I really like the area. It's also super busy, which I know is probably not the best thing to do right now, but I'll probably be in there more than, going anywhere else. So, and Levin with the $2 super chat. Levin, thank you guys so much for the apartment fund. Levin, thank you. Deepak, thank you. Deepak's also saying we need to support this great community. I totally agree, but it's you guys who help make this. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for the support. Paul says German for room. I gotcha. I see. I imagine Arnold saying it. There you go. It went well though. Hopefully I saw an apartment that was actually bigger than the one I'm probably going to try to get, but it's in an area that is a little bit slower. And like, I'm probably going to be getting rid of my car. Like I never really owned a car, especially living in Chicago, you really don't need one. But then I moved to LA and then I needed a car there. And now it's, I needed it here now, staying with my mom in the burbs. But once I get back into the city, I'm not going to need a car at all. So I want to be around a lot of stuff that I can walk to, So, okay, let's go ahead and let's go through these stories. I actually haven't had any time to really read through them today, but I saw these and I thought that these articles would be kind of interesting to talk about, especially with everything that's happening with Huawei right now and Huawei getting banned in the US, in the UK. You can't use their networking equipment. They're the super bad guys who's doing everything wrong and everyone else is completely innocent. Obviously, there are many angles to this, but, might as well talk about what other things are going on outside of just Huawei being the guys to point your finger at. So this article from Business. Oh, I see another super chat from Brian, the $2 super chat. Brian, thank you, man. Moving in fun. Brian, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for that continued support. Like always, I feel like I sound like a broken record saying the same thing all the time, but all you guys, thank you so much for that support. Thank you for helping paying for the move-in fund and help offset costs and helping me continue to do what I'm doing. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you again. Okay, so let's get into this. This article from Business Insider says Google reportedly deliberately shoves YouTube results ahead of competitor video sources like Facebook and Amazon's Twitch in search. Does this really surprise anyone? I would imagine if you're looking for a video of something, that YouTube would probably prop up their video on their search engine before anyone else. I don't know how you fix a problem like that. I don't know how you level that playing field. I feel like it's important to level that playing field because then one company just monopolizes on the entire thing. Google having its own search engine, obviously it owns YouTube, so they can kind of just play that whole role. I know Google got in trouble not too long ago. Not too long ago either. I'm sure a lot of you have at some point in time tried to search for lyrics, right, for a song. And now if you search for lyrics for a song on Google, they have their own result showing up, right? So you don't even have to click a link or go to another website. You just get it straight from Google. I remember, what was it Rap Genius, or I forget now. I think it's Rap Genius, or is it just Genius? I can't remember the site, but they ended up saying that Google was just completely stealing all of their lyrics and using it as their own. They had like embedded some kind of code in it, and that code showed when Google was displaying it. So Google they didn't have their own team to, translate the lyrics or, get the lyrics in text or whatever. But I can't remember what happened with it or the validity of that. But again, when someone has so much power and they get to kind of control, I guess in a way, the digital narrative, it plays a big effect. So Google prioritizes YouTube video results over that of competitors like Facebook Watch and Twitch, according to a Wall Street Journal report. The journal conducted tests to see which video platforms are featured most prominently in Google's homepage carousel. Sources told the outlet that Google engineers and execs have played a part in how YouTube results appear at the top of the search engine's homepage, which means more traffic for the video platform. The report comes as Google sits in hot water faced with multiple antitrust cases, including one later this month in which the company, along with Apple, Facebook, and Amazon, will testify before Congress. So with a quick search on Google for any given video, a YouTube result is more likely to pop up, according to a report from Wall Street Journal published Wednesday, and per the outlet, that's by design. And again, that doesn't surprise me. Here's the thing is, when I am looking for a particular video, for the most part, I am looking for a YouTube video. I'm not looking for Facebook to give me a result. I'm not looking for Twitch to give me a result. It's usually YouTube. YouTube monopolizes on that, but they do a good job at that. Does it mean that that's how it should be? That's not what I'm saying. I don't know, again, how you level that playing field. And I think that's why I bring this up, because I think it's a good discussion to have. So the Wall Street Journal recently tested the results of various video searches on Google's homepage carousel and found that YouTube options were much more likely to be featured. It searched Google for 98 recent videos posted on Facebook and Dailymotion, as well as YouTube, that bore nearly identical titles. Sources confirmed to the Wall Street Journal that Google engineers indeed have made changes to the search engine that favor YouTube over other platforms, even if, as the journal notes, videos from other platforms have substantially more views and activity. That's interesting. For example, a YouTube video with 182,000 views and about 400 comments was given much more real estate than a nearly identical version on Facebook that had 1 million views and 900 comments. However, one expert told the WSJ that while its search test methodology checks out, it's difficult to account for search engine bias. If Google says we favor websites that are more popular, then by their standard, it might be perfectly okay to list YouTube first. So Google acquired the online video platform for $1.65 billion in 2006. It actually makes me wonder how much YouTube is worth today. What is that, 14 years later? You would think in 2006, $1.65 billion was probably a steal. In a statement sent to Business Insider, a Google spokesperson said the company's systems use web signals To consider what people will find most relevant and helpful in search results, our video ranking systems use signals from all video sources in the same way. There is no preference given to YouTube or any other video provider. It's hard being a YouTuber and reading that and saying, yeah, that's how they do it. That's exactly how they do it. I feel like, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like the algorithm doesn't really treat a lot of smaller YouTubers fairly. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong again, but when I see results for Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel all day, every day, or the nicest YouTubers who have the nicest things to say, I don't know. That might be my bias and me saying, well, I don't see the smaller YouTubers getting any credit or whatever, but I feel like Paul is like, come on, Jerome, say it. Say, I don't know. Say, we'll see. I don't know. The report comes as the big four in tech, Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon, gear up for antitrust hearings before Congress later this month. But Google in particular has and will continue to face multiple regulatory cases designed to investigate how the company's search and advertising business impacts competitors and consumers. As Business Insider's Hugh Langley lays out, most recently, the company was hit with an antitrust investigation by its home state of California. I think that's it there. Yeah. It also kind of like, obviously I have more of a vested interest in this recently because I bought the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. You know, I obviously have to show it off because I have it right here, but I have more of a vested interest lately because I'm using a phone that is banned from using any kind of Google services. So I don't have a lot of Google anything on this phone. And I've resorted to finding other alternatives. So like instead of Google Keep, I have been using something called Zia Notebook, I think, Ziho. It actually works really well. I like it. And I've been finding other, like instead of Google Chrome, I use Opera. And it's at least given me more freedom to see what else is out there and test, you know, what other apps are usable instead of just relying on Google's ecosystem. But I want to continue on because there's this other article from CNET that kind of ties in right into it that says Google sued for allegedly tracking users in apps even after opting out. So this is a separate article, I think. This isn't even about, remember when Google recently got in trouble for still tracking where you're looking when you're using incognito mode? I think it was still sending data out that was letting Google know what you were looking at in incognito mode. And I think this is another thing now that they're getting in trouble for. So this follows a suit last month claiming Google tracked people using Chrome's incognito mode. Okay, so a lawsuit filed Tuesday alleges Google tracks user activity through hundreds of thousands of apps, even after people opt out of sharing information. The lawsuit, which seeks class action status, was filed by law firm Boy Schiller Flexner on behalf of several individuals. The firm has represented competitors to Google, including Facebook and Oracle, according to Reuters. Routers. I don't know which one. Last month, the firm filed another suit related to privacy in Google's Chrome browser. Google didn't immediately respond to a request. The suit, filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California, alleges that Google violates wiretapping and privacy laws by tracking what users look at in various apps, even after they turn off web and app activity tracking in their Google account settings. I just want to like kind of circle back and talk about the Aurora App Store that I have on my Huawei P40 Pro Plus. The Aurora App Store has been, at least for me, it's been a godsend because I've been able to find a ton of apps in the Aurora App Store that are not available in Huawei's app gallery. And obviously, because I don't have the Google Play Store, I have to resort to something like the Aurora App Store. But the Aurora App Store is great because it's an app store that was developed third party, that was made for anyone to use that don't want to use Google Play services. I mean, I'm not just talking about a Huawei phone. You could put this on any if I remember correctly, you could put this on any Android phone and then install the same apps. We'll still get updates, but it won't have Google's. I guess it's made. I think Lucas was in chat a couple days ago that said it's an app store that you can use if you don't trust Google, if you don't trust what they're doing, if you think they're still like looking at what you're looking at when it comes to apps. The Aurora App Store removes all of that. And I read this, I look at this, and I think about, well, what there's going to be a group of people that says, well, what do I care? I'm not doing anything bad. Who cares what they're looking at? And I disagree with that thinking, but at the same time, this has nothing to. This is more than just privacy at this point. This is a marketing thing. This is ways to help figure out as a user what you're looking at, what things you might be interested in looking at. And in turn, these are the companies that make profit off of it. They sell your data, they sell that kind of tracking info. And then who knows what else someone can build on that profile of you. Imagine these companies that have been tracking you for years or a decade now, or however long a lot of this stuff has been active. Imagine all that information they have about you and what they can learn from you, or learn your next moves or your next purchase, or, the trends in how you do things, or what they show you on screen, or what they show you on TV. I don't know. There's a lot of things that they can do. I'm not, does it sound conspiratorial in a way, but it also doesn't sound unimaginable, right? To think that a company has all this info on you, I don't think would surprise anyone at this point. Be like, if someone showed me like, hey, this is everything we know about you, I'd be like, yeah, that's right. Cause I just keep hitting accept on everything when I download an app. Okay. I just wanted to bring that point across. So let me continue here. So I guess this law firm or whatever sued Google for $5 billion for allegedly tracking people's internet use, even when their browsers were set to incognito mode. Google said it disputed the claims and would defend itself against them. That's it. So I just thought I'd share. I'm not saying Google is like the bad guy either, but I think it's important to still be wary about these big companies being so inundated in their ecosystem, and just letting people know, hey, there might be other alternatives. Maybe it's time to look at other safety measures. Maybe it's time to look at other browsers that offer better privacy. That's all I'm saying. Let me know what you guys think. I'll go back and chat here and see. So let me see. Daniel says, remember what everyone said that net neutrality, they didn't really do anything. Yeah, net neutrality. There you go. Darkman X2G. How's it going, man? Welcome. Great investment on YouTube. Definitely a great investment. Darkman, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Also, I totally forgot. I did not add you onto my intros and outros. I will get you on there. Darkman, welcome though. Welcome. Thank you for being a new member, by the way. Thank you. Daniel also says mainstream media outlets made a deal with you in exchange for not constantly disparaging them. YouTube use their networks priority. I imagine Daniel is using voice to text right now. I know Daniel uses that a lot, so I'm just like, what? Use their network's priority. In addition, they make the argument that they're safer for advertisers. Yeah, I'm not too. That's kind of why like I started streaming outside of just YouTube. That's why I went back and started multi-streaming on Facebook, but I meant to start on Twitch this week. I just need to find the time to get that, and I'm gonna start streaming on multiple platforms because I cannot put my loyalty in just one particular platform. Daniel also makes a good point, because Daniel and I have had this conversation, but it's like, even when you guys support me, which I love, like I appreciate that so much. But when you join me as a YouTube member, when you guys send me a super chat, YouTube takes 30% of that. Automatically takes 30% of that. And I get it. This is their platform. That's their fee. But like, even when ads show or whatever, Google takes 45% of that as well. So like, it's a very tough grind to do what I do, but I do it because I love it. YouTube is probably the biggest platform I can use to you know, to I guess share my content with people, but they also take a big chunk out of that as well. Team Verizon says, off topic, but is anyone having any trouble with YouTube picture in picture on Android 10? It's not working on my Pixel 3a. You know what? I wish I could share that with you. I haven't really used my Pixel 4 in a while. Team Verizon says, Jerome, TNT Joe-Fi is by far my favorite show. Man, Team Verizon, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I don't even, sometimes it's crazy to me that you guys feel that way about what I do, but I really appreciate that. I feel like as time's gone by and I've streamed more and more, I've gotten really comfortable. I feel like in a way I have kind of a more of a radio, not a radio voice, but just, I feel like I have it down a lot better. I still feel like I'm myself and I'm still very true to myself, but I obviously have to follow YouTube's rules and try not to swear so much so they don't demonetize every single one of my streams. But man, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Other streams on YouTube just don't have the same atmosphere as your show. Thank you, man. And you know what? Like, I keep trying to think of other ways to keep things lively and keep things going. So like, I always have things in the back of my mind, but at the same time, all these other things that are happening as well. So like, I'm just trying to balance everything out. But thank you for saying that. Really, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Darkman X2G says, yeah, I've been using Duckduckgo lately. Can I ask you guys a question? Sorry, I'm like sitting cross-legged. Can I ask you guys a question about Duckduckgo? So like, I've used it, and then I realized that they're owned by Verizon and I think Yahoo. Does DuckDuckGo, can you guys, because I don't know, so I'm genuinely asking, and like I know there's a lot of tech enthusiasts in here, and there's a lot of tech savvy people in here, but is DuckDuckGo better than Google? I mean, maybe it's not as good when it comes to finding results because it's just not as broad and as advanced as Google is at this point, but is DuckDuckGo made for better security and better privacy? I'm just curious because, again, like right now I'm using Opera, but I'm still using Google as my main search engine, I guess. I know a lot of people use DuckDuckGo, and I've used it here and there, but I don't really know the details within that. So let me see here. Daniel says, do you want me to connect you with Rockfin? Maybe Daniel, maybe Rockfin is a different way to do something. So I definitely take a look at it. You know what? I mean, you and I, we need to talk anyway, so we'll touch base. Maybe it's not a bad idea. Maybe I should just start looking at multi-streaming everywhere. And then maybe making specific content for Rockfin. I've never even used Rockfin. I don't even know really what it's about, but thank you, Daniel. Thank you for bringing that up again. Brian says, picture in picture is buggy on Android 10. I think I've had issues with that. Like sometimes it comes and goes, but I don't know. So, okay, real quick, before I segue into the OnePlus Nord, because we're going to talk about that real quick. But what I want to bring out here is for anyone in the stream, please, if you have a second, please, hit that like button. I know that sounds cheesy, and I hate being that guy, and I say that every time now, but liking the stream helps me algorithmically, I think, on YouTube, maybe on Facebook, since I'm streaming on there as well. But I think it helps people find my stream. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube's algorithm works. But if you get a second, please, if it's just a way to support, if anything, please hit that like button. If you guys are not a subscriber, please consider being one. I do stream Mondays through Fridays at 2 p.m. Central. It's something that I enjoy doing daily. So if you want to be part of that Phone Jerome fam, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you know when I'm streaming, which is obviously at 2 p.m. Central. And then last but not least, if you see people in chat, they have green in their names, they have a red Chicago star next to their name, that is because they are part of the Phone Jerome fam, and you can be one too for as little as 99 cents a month. All you got to do is click that blue join button. You'll get the red Chicago star next to your name. You'll get to use custom emoji. You'll get your name in every single one of my intros and outros of my live streams. And if you can't find that blue join button, you can go to youtube.com/Phone Jerome/join. Otherwise, I know times are tough. I know that not everybody can afford that, and I totally get that. So just by liking or subscribing, or just being active in chat, like that's just a great way to support. So I do thank you guys either way. That is the last of my marketing. I gotta spend at least a minute or two doing that. So let's go ahead. Let's move on. Let's talk about the OnePlus Nord. So this article from Slash Gear says OnePlus Nord pre-orders up for 24 hours. How they'll convince you. I wasn't even aware that they already put a pre-order. Well, someone mentioned it, I think yesterday. I just didn't know when they were going to do it. So if you've been following the OnePlus Nord release story for the last few months, you might be interested in owning the device. It's a low-cost smartphone. I don't know if it's a low-cost smartphone. I think it depends where you're at. With features that seem to be far more elite than the phone's price would imply. It's a simple proposition, and the OnePlus method for enticing your cash in advance of the device's full reveal event is shockingly efficient. Why you're enticed? OnePlus has always been about that hype. Since the OnePlus One, the OnePlus crew back when they were still thoroughly Oppo associated, I still think they're Oppo associated. I said this yesterday. They are they're one big family. They're under the same tree, just in a different, or they're the same tree, just in a different branch. Took command of the internet's love for an outlier, a rebel, a quote flagship killer of sorts. I still don't. I think the flagship killer moniker is something that they are no longer named as, or at least I feel they're no longer a flagship killer to me. With the release of the last couple of seasons of OnePlus smartphones, the company's become willing to make high-end smartphone units. The OnePlus 8 Pro, for example, will cost you $900. That's no budget machine. With the OnePlus Nord brand and the first OnePlus Nord smartphone, the company's once again creating a smartphone that appears to be a shocking value, as it needs to be, if OnePlus wants to continue to dominate the Indian smartphone market. I don't know. Yesterday we talked about that Realme, right? Wasn't it the Realme X50 something that had the exact same chipset, that had 6 gigs of internal storage, that had 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage. It had a 120 hertz refresh rate. And yeah, it might not be the best display, but inside a 43 or 4200 milliamp hour battery. So it's packed with the same specs as the upcoming OnePlus Nord, but that was being priced at 300 euro. And this is planning to price out at 500 euro. Why am I saying that weird? For 200 euro more. I don't know. Yes, it's probably going to be a cheaper 765G chipset when compared to the LG Velvet, when compared to the Pixel 5. But when it comes to the Pixel 5, is it going to have the same camera performance? Probably not. I don't see that happening. Holding a line at the door, there's a OnePlus Nord pre-order page out in the wild now that'll be up and running for approximately 24 hours. If you live in the US, you can't access this page. If you live in the UK, you can reserve the right to purchase the phone with a ticket that'll cost you around 20. I'm sorry, guys. This is how ignorant I am about other currencies. 20 GPB. Anyone in the stream, have any of you pre-ordered this? Is this something you're excited about pre-ordering? That ticket or voucher will get you awesome merch right away. Again, I don't know what that merch is going to be. And a surprise gift too. They've suggested that every pre-order comes with exclusive Nord merchandise. And that, quote, the earlier you order, the more merch you'll get. Per OnePlus FAQ, pre-orders get first, second round, a random lifestyle product, a sticker pack, and other mystery gifts. Earlier third round, a sticker pack and a mystery gift. All pre-orders get an invite code and a 20-pound voucher that will be sent to you before launch to make sure you secure your Nord and exclusive early packaging. This is very similar to the earliest waves of OnePlus unit sales, where the company had people fighting for the right to purchase their smartphones. So I never got on that hype. When the OnePlus One came out, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this like invite only kind of like BS. I was like, forget it. I'll just wait. And that's why I waited until the OnePlus 3. This particular pre-order period ends on July 16th, 2020 at 9 a.m. BST. This is the third of 3 pre-order periods. The first 2 were limited pre-order sessions on July 1st, then July 8th, blah, blah, blah. But not USA. If you live in the US, you're going to have to go through some third-party means, blah, blah, blah. Unless you're MKBHD, then you'll get it 3 weeks in advance. So if you live in the US, I'm kidding. Obviously, I don't know if MKBHD has it or not. There's a running joke I have in like the little tech circle that I have that MKBHD gets everything before anyone else. Anyway, so if you live in the US, move along, nothing to see here. You might instead want to take a peek at the OnePlus 8 review we posted this April 2020. That'll be all you really need unless you want to go for the OnePlus 8 Pro. So, okay. Oh, there we go. Paul says Great Britain pounds. I'm very ignorant. I'm sorry. Deepak Murthy says 500 euros is overpriced. I agree. Ted is in here. Ted, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. 20 pounds. What's 20 pounds? Did I say something different that I didn't mean to say? Yeah, I did say 20 pounds. Hi, Ted. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Darkman says no OnePlus Nord for me in US. Yep. Paul Hendrick says, but it has an LCD, and Pay said that that's half the cost of AMOLED. There you go. So, fair enough. Fair enough. Ted also says BBK. So if the Nord comes out and it doesn't support all the 4G bands in the US, what will you hype beasts do? Ted is, if you guys don't know, Ted is one of the main hosts or co-hosts for the Friday Night Tech Talks that we do. So if you guys don't check out Friday Night Tech Talks, Ted is usually there. Paul says, wow, OnePlus 9. Oh, yeah, OnePlus 9 now with 125 watt charging. It's a story I have a little later also. So we'll talk about that. Oh, okay. Darkman says, haven't noticed any worse or better search results under DuckDuckGo. I like it because it closes your history even if you're idle. Oh, that's cool. I don't even remember messing around with it that much, but thanks for sharing that. Brian says, nah, I'll pass. I feel the same way. I'll pass too. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and move on. How much time do I got? I got about 25 minutes. So, again, I don't mean to rush, guys. I have an event to cover after this, and then I have another event after that. So it's just a busy day today. So this article from 9 to 5 Google, have any of you downloaded this yet? If you're not aware, NBC is creating their own live stream, but I think one of the things about this is the fact that you can get NBC Peacock for free, or they have a free version of it. And I don't know if other streaming services offer a free version of their service. So I don't know much about it. I haven't downloaded it. For me, the only thing that I would ever probably watch on Peacock is so I have like a soft spot for Saturday Night Live. I know a lot of people don't like it anymore. A lot of people think it's past its prime, but like I grew up like watching Saturday Night Live in the 90s, and like it was just something I was really hooked on then, and I've watched it since. So that's the only thing I would ever really watch. But now NBC has their own platform, because why wouldn't they? Because everyone does now. You guys know how I feel about this, or at least people who have been in here. I don't want to pay for streaming services, so I don't, because I don't want to be tethered to anybody. I just use YouTube and I use Twitch, and I don't pay any of that. And I was going to spend money on YouTube Premium, but then after I got the Huawei P40 Pro Plus, I learned about YouTube Advanced, and now I don't have to spend $15 a month because YouTube Advanced works wonderfully. And yesterday, I also showed you how you can sign into your Google account using YouTube Advanced, so you get everything now. It's great. It's wonderful. If you guys haven't checked that out, I did cut a clip on that. So feel free to take a look if you're looking at how to do that. So the latest entry in the streaming wars is here, NBC Universal's Peacock TV. What is it? What will it offer? Blah, 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 blah. How to get it. So it's not launching on Roku or Amazon Fire TV yet, but you can get it on all of Google's platforms. Android smartphones can download the app. Okay, so I wonder I wonder if I can get it right now on the Aurora App Store. So I'm going to take a look right now and see if they have NBC Peacock. I just want to see how quickly they're able to get stuff if they are, and they don't. So they don't have it yet. Hold on. I'm just going to type Peacock in here. I put NBC Peacock. So sorry, I'm using my phone, people, so don't leave. I'm just checking to see if I can download Peacock on the Aurora App Store. I can't, so it's not there yet. Beyond phones and tablets, NBC's app is also available on Android TV. Peacock for Android TV is also available through the Google Play Store, blah, 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 blah. So what content will be available? So it'll be the home of thousands of hours of TV and movies you know and love. So anything NBC, obviously. I don't know what else they own here. The service won't launch with some of its biggest titles, but eventually it'll become the exclusive streaming home for The Office, Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and many others. For Brooklyn Nine-Nine, is it going to get their old catalog from when they were on Fox? Anyway, SNL, Jimmy Fallon, blah, Seth Meyers, and others. In addition, you'll get hundreds of feature-length movies from Universal, DreamWorks Animation, So there are 3 tiers, and then one of the tiers is free. You can simply sign up for an account and start streaming a library of ad-supported content without paying a dime, which is great. I'm glad that they have something like that. To unlock more content, though, they have a tier that's $4.99 a month. It still shows ad, but unlocks the full, much larger library. And then there's Peacock Premium Plus for $10 a month. And so it doesn't add more content, but you get no ads. And then it says here, eventually, the $10 tier will be the only way to download content offline. And then how to get Peacock Premium for free? How do you get it for free? Actually, so after signing up on an Android device, you'll get an email with a redeemable code. Oh, free for 3 months. Great. So there you go. Anyone that wants it free for 3 months, you're welcome. That offer code, though, must be redeemed within about a month of when you first sign up. You'll also need to sign up for the service from an Android device. So easy enough if you have an Android device. And then you can cancel it. So keep this in mind. Canceling your account isn't particularly easy. To switch from a paid plan to the free one, you can do so just from your account settings. This stops payment, but it doesn't, quote, cancel your account. NBC has a support page detailing how to cancel. Okay, so if you don't want to jump through those hoops, then maybe don't get the free service. Or do so at your own risk. Just know that it's probably not the easiest way. When I think of things like canceling Peacock or whatever, or canceling streaming services that are difficult, it makes me think of like when you need to cancel a gym membership, and it's like, no, you need to come into the gym. No, you got to sign this written form. Oh, well, if you can't come to the gym, you need certified mail, and you need to like send a picture of you holding, a penny and a cupcake on your head that's saying you need to cancel. I'm just saying that they make it as difficult as possible so you don't do it. So it says here, you can submit a request to NBC through this form. What a pain to request that your account is terminated. It's not immediate, but you should close out your account. What a pain. That's not what I wanted to share. I wanted to continue on though. And this article from Wirecutter, the New York Times, I guess, another like segment called Wirecutter that talks about the best media streaming devices. I have the only streaming device I've ever used is a Chromecast and a Chromecast Ultra. I had an Amazon Fire TV stick or whatever you want to call it for a little bit, but I really just used it to mod it. Just wanted to see if I could mod it, and I did, and then I tried it out and I'm like, it's fine. But eventually when I get a TV or some kind of TV device, I would like to maybe get something outside of a Chromecast and maybe get something with a remote control, just to, I don't know, maybe to have something on screen where I can just pick stuff, maybe something that I can still use my phone with also. Because the one thing I don't want to do is have a device with a remote that I still have to like use the up and down buttons to search for stuff instead of me typing stuff out on an LCD screen. Do they have a streaming device now that you can like, I don't know. I just want an easy way of doing it where it still shows something on the screen. So like not one person is just looking at their phone and pushing something, where if someone was over or like people were having like a party and you're all looking at the screen saying, here's what we should watch, let's flip through this or whatever. Anyway, this article, I haven't read it. I don't know if you guys will agree or disagree about what they think is the best. So they say here, we think the Roku Streaming Stick Plus. I've never heard of it. I don't know anything about it. What do you guys think? Roku Streaming Stick Plus, good? Best one is the one to get because it's the best way to access the Roku OS, which supports the most streaming services and has a universal search feature that prioritizes free and cheap results over any individual service. So it's $50. Okay, Roku Streaming Stick Plus. I'll take a look at that. Let me know what you guys think. Upgrade pick, Apple TV 4K. I'm not getting an Apple TV just because I can't really use it with everything. So that's a quick no for me. Nvidia Shield TV. I've heard about this. I don't know how good this is. If you want an Android TV streamer, the Nvidia Shield TV is far ahead of the pack. So if it's far ahead of the pack, why? Oh man, it's $150. It's much more responsive than competing Android TV boxes. And I'm sorry, I meant to make this bigger. And Nvidia has a superb track record for providing frequent updates. The Shield TV has excellent upscaling to make non-4K streaming content look better. It supports Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, and it comes with Google's Assistant built in and a nice backlit remote control. If you want to watch local media from USB drives or run a Plex server, we recommend the larger and slightly pricier Shield TV Pro. Okay, we think the Roku and Apple TV platforms are easier to use, but if you like Android TV, this is the box to get. So $50 and then super expensive for Apple TV, and then $150 on Amazon for the Nvidia Shield TV. I don't know. Maybe when I eventually get a TV, I'll look into it. So I don't know if I've shared this with you guys before, but I have, I build my PCs. Like the PC I'm using now to stream, I built this like 3 years ago. At the same time, I also have like small streaming boxes that I build, like a PC that's like about this big. And I have a GPU in it and I use it. What I do is for stuff I really like watching, like my favorite movies, like Terminator 2 or whatever, favorite TV shows, I actually buy physical media. I'll buy Blu-rays of it. I still have DVDs of older stuff that, I have like the DVD set for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I have the DVD set for, or trying to think of what other DVD sets I have of Seinfeld, right? I love, like, those are shows I grew up watching. So I bought those and I ripped them all. I ripped them all to my PC. And then I put them on a separate box to play. And I have my own, it's been a while since I've used it because I've just haven't had time to even really watch anything. But I was using, why am I forgetting the name? It's not XBMC. It's whatever XBMC renamed themselves. And I use that as my own like personal Netflix, because then I have my favorite stuff and I get to have the physical media for it. And then I get to have it on my PC. So I never have to actually take the physical media out after. I still would want to use one of these, but like eventually my whole plan back in the day was to like build this whole library of my own content with all my own, like my favorite stuff on there. And then it would continually grow, but that's also a very time consuming hobby and an expensive hobby. And when I quit my full-time job, I was like, oh, I don't have money for any of this anymore. So, anyway, I just thought I would share. Oh man, Ruben. Hey, Ruben. Ruben with a $7 super chat. Ruben, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a minute. Arcillin, NYC. I was just trying to remember if I remember how to say that. What up, Jerome? Phone Jerome fam, at work but still listening. Thank you, Ruben. Thanks for joining the chat. I like the Nvidia Shield TV, expensive but worth it. I'll have to take a look at that then. Thank you for the recommendation too. I don't really know what the difference is between these three. It's been a while since I've used any of that, but Ruben, nice to see you, man. Nice to have you on the stream. Thank you. And thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat, man. It's been a minute, so appreciate you stopping by. I know you're at work. I know a lot of people in the US are probably working right now, but thank you again. Thank you so much. All right, let me scroll back up here. Team Verizon says if the 4A doesn't launch soon, the Nord, SE, and new Notes and iPhones will overtake it in regards to marketing and fanfare. Team Verizon, I could not agree more. I feel the same way. I just think about Paul now because I was about to say, I don't know. But I really don't. I really want the 4A though. I would love to have it tested out, compare it to my 4, and then see how good that is. Brian says the 4A is lost in a time warp. I agree. Team Fry also says, I'm pretty satisfied with our Fire Stick, to be honest. It's got our shows, and that's that. Yeah, simple enough. I love this username, starting some shit. I thought this was supposed to start at 2 p.m. Eastern. No. 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern for you. So yeah, right? 2 p.m. Central here is 3 p.m. Eastern. I know most people probably think of like an Eastern time zone, but I live in Chicago. I rep where I'm from, so 2 p.m. Central. Damn, I got to run to the store. It's all good. You know what? I don't know if I've seen you in here before, or maybe you're in here and you just listen, which is great. I appreciate that. But yeah, 2 p.m. Central is when I start Mondays through Fridays. But welcome. If you're still here, welcome either way. So thank you for coming by. Marcus says, Roku has a large library. Most of it looks like trash, and I haven't had the gut to download it. Shovelware everywhere. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's one thing that I get worried about too, is I want to use something. Actually, I will give you the best scenario of how I would use these a streaming stick or whatever. What I wanted is something that is similar to me using my phone, where I can search something on YouTube, because most likely I'm going to look for something on YouTube. But instead of looking at my phone, I want to be able to have it on the screen, but I want to have it as quick as searching on my phone. That sounds confusing. Does that make sense? So like, if I use a Roku, I don't want to use a remote control where I'm pressing up, down, left, and right to pick every single letter, because that would infuriate me. Because I can easily just use my phone, use the touch screen, type in everything I need. Like, is there a streaming service right now, or a streaming stick that will display what I'm searching for on the screen, but instead I'm using my phone so that other people can see it? Does that make sense? Am I being clear? That's what I want. And I don't know if anything like that is available yet. But Marcus, thank you for pointing that out. That is actually a really good point to make out. I just said the same thing twice, just in 2 different ways. Marcus, welcome to the stream. Deepak also says 4A is a rare gem in a lonely island. Very true. Darkman says, I have the Roku Stick Plus, good entry point for 4K HDR, but I use the Shield on in the living room as I want a browser and good Chromecast playback with great updates. Thank you guys for sharing that. That's two pluses for the Nvidia Shield TV. I'll have to take a look. Okay, let me scroll back to Cody. Yes, Cody is what I use. Why do it's just, there's so many things. Yeah, I love Cody. Cody works well. Works really well. Paul says jingle all the way on 8K. I'd watch that. I totally watch that. Darkman says I have the Apple 4K TV also, and I hate it because it has the worst picture out of the Shield and Roku. The remote legit sucks. Thank you for sharing that info so other people know. Team Vari also says, Jerome, I went the same way with music. Spotify Premium was getting too expensive for me, so I just buy individual MP3s now. So I thought about doing that, Team Vari. You don't do the family plan on Spotify? I know you're not in the US, but right now I have Spotify Premium. I pay $15 a month US, and I split that with 6 people. So my plan is super cheap. I'd imagine you could do the same thing. I do. So there's a lot of music though that I can't find on Spotify because I listen to a lot of indie hip hop. So there's a lot of like backlog stuff that I can't find on Spotify. So I buy the CDs, I rip them into like FLAC or MP3 or whatever, and then I just add it into like my little music app or whatever, and that's what I use instead if I want to listen to a particular album. But yeah, buying individual MP3s, I can see that, being useful. The only thing I like about Spotify though is like finding new music. That's what I really enjoy. I like being able to find new music that I haven't listened to. Because it's always fun listening to something new, but I totally hear you on that as well. I guess I should feel the same way when it comes to streaming video, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm just used to watching the same stuff over and over. Yeah, I guess you can use that argument in both ways. So let me see here. Starting some shit says, I'm new, bruh. Welcome, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Also, I don't know if I'm gonna get demonetized now because of your username, but I love I like saying it because it's a creative name. I like that. Welcome though. Thank you for making it. I'm glad you found me. So let me scroll down here. Ted also says Nvidia Shield TV is great and works great with works with Kodi. Does it really? All right, I'm gonna take a look at this Nvidia Shield TV. You guys, there's a lot of pluses on that now. You guys have had some great feedback on that. Sean is in here. I buy and downloaded a lot of flack. Yeah, there you go. What up, Jerome? What up, Sean? What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Marcus A says the death of Google Play Music will be felt. I feel that. I already feel that. I tried going into Google Play Music, but I just wasn't for me. Team Verizon says we'll have to consider that. Thanks. Yeah, back in the Philippines, Spotify Premium was like $3 equivalent, and that's what I pay. I pretty much am paying $3 right now. It's super cheap. That's the only streaming service I pay for because I don't pay for anything else. Netflix, why am I forgetting? Hulu, Disney, whatever. I don't pay for any of that. I will say I pay for YouTube TV, but I pay that for my mom. So that's essentially, yes, I'm paying for it, but like I don't use it. That's for my mom. And because like I canceled all her cable services or whatever, and like, you know, she needs TV. So okay, let's go on, guys. Oh God, I have 5 minutes. So let's talk about this. We've been talking about this for a while. Everyone now is going this route. Everyone is gonna go super fast wired charging. And I'm all for it. I will definitely take a phone that can charge in 15 to 20 minutes. Why wouldn't somebody want to have a phone that can charge fully in 15 to 20 minutes? I think you'd be crazy not to want that. Because for me, I've shared this before. The best scenario for this is my phone's about to die, or it's at, let's say it's at 20 to 40%, somewhere there. All I got to do is plug that in while I hop in the shower. When I'm out of the shower, my phone's going to be charged. And then I'm not going to have to charge it for 2 or 3 days and anymore, because these phones have such huge batteries in it that they last more than a day. It's crazy. I mean, I know that people have had phones that have lasted more than a day or two, because phones have come out now with much bigger batteries. But ever since I got my Huawei P40 Pro Plus, that is the biggest battery I've had on a phone. I have never been able to get more than 2 days out of a phone, like 2+ days, without having like battery anxiety. And the Huawei P40 Pro Plus has given that to me. And it's so weird because now it makes my iPhone 11 Pro, the fact that I have to plug my iPhone 11 Pro in every day and a half or so, and it's probably not as much now because I don't use it as much now that my P40 Pro Plus is my daily. It makes me think that every phone should now last at least 2 days, which makes me laugh at this phone, because this phone, you'll be lucky if you can get a full day on this Pixel 4. That is so sad. I paid $800 for this phone. It's not worth $800, guys. It's not. Wow, I randomly went off topic there. Oppo's 125 watt wired and 65 watt wireless phone charging tech are huge breakthroughs. Oh, I forgot about that too. 65 watt wireless? I would probably start using wireless if it can charge at 65 watts. That's faster than the 40 watt charging I'm getting right now on my Huawei P40 Pro Plus. That gets I charge this in about an hour and 9 minutes from a dead battery to 100%. So 65 watt wireless charging would charge that even faster than the wire charging I have now on my P40 Pro Plus. Crazy, ridiculous, psychological. Oppo is going hard on charging today, announcing a collection of fast charging technologies, chargers that use them, and wireless charging pads. Chief among Oppo's announcements is the reveal of its 125 watt flash charge, but following close behind is 65 watt wireless charging tech, and a pair of mini flash chargers. As far as that 125 watt flash charge is concerned, Oppo positions it as a necessary technology for the 5G era, which will see the arrival of more power hungry apps. Oppo says that its 125 watt tech can charge a 4,000 milliamp hour battery up to 41% in 5 minutes. 41% in 5 minutes. That's crazy. And that it only needs 20 minutes to charge that battery completely at its fastest rate. I just have to, I'm wondering, I'm going to be pretty honest with you right now. I am liking the P40 Pro so much that I'm probably going to buy the next P40 successor, P50 Pro Plus, as long as it continues what it's doing. If it doesn't have that Kirin chipset, I don't know what they're going to do, but I guess we'll see. But if the P50 Pro Plus or whatever has this like super fast battery tech on it, oh man, that's going to be great. Currently it's the most advanced flash charging technology in the industry. This new 125 watt tech will be backward compatible with prior Super VOOC and VOOC protocols. It's undergone a comprehensive hardware architecture upgrade. Those upgrades include 10 extra temperature sensors to track heat, USB-C to USB-C charging cables, and even 128-bit encryption. Really? That's pretty cool. Oppo hasn't confirmed any phones that will use 125 watt flash charge, but it does say the phones that will in future will have double 6C cell batteries. And then so the 65 watt Air VOOC, I wonder how much this is going to cost though. I mean this piece of hardware, which already has an accompanying though entirely conceptual charging pad. Oppo says that this new technology bridges the gap between charging speed and wireless charging convenience. So 65 watt Air VOOC can charge a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in 30 minutes. So half the time that it's taking my P40 Pro Plus right now to charge. And this has 40 watt wire charging, which I already think is super fast. This increase in charging speed comes with 5-fold safety protection measures and a dual coil design to increase efficiency, along with compatibility with devices that use the Qi wireless charging standard. Finally, we have Oppo's 2 new mini chargers, the 50 watt mini Super VOOC and the 110 watt mini flash charger. In both, Oppo has switched from using a more traditional transformer to a GaN switch, I don't know what that is, to slim them down. For instance, the 50 watt mini Super VOOC has a thickness of 10.05 millimeters and a weight of 60 grams, while the 110 watt unit is roughly the same size as a standard 18 watt charger. So okay, smaller sizes. Oppo hasn't announced when these chargers will be available, or in the case of new technologies that revealed today, what phones they'll be compatible with. But the company apparently wants to make a splash with fast charging in the 5G era. We'll keep an ear to the ground for more and let you know. So super fast charging, I'm excited about it. I think it's cool tech. Obviously, I'm always worried about battery health and battery life, but there's also the point to be made that I'm charging my phone now every 2.5 days. So I'm not even charging it as much. I'm not putting as many cycles as I would on a smaller phone that I would have to charge every day, because it can't even get 4 hours of screen on time unless I baby it and turn off always on display. And I'm talking to you, Pixel 4. Okay. All right, guys, let me go through chat really quick here. Deepak says, I'm slowly discovering Amazon Music, but Spotify is my main streaming music service. I don't know anything about Amazon Music. Is it good? Can I get, you know how sometimes with Amazon, when you can like delay shipping, does that mean like if they give you a credit for something, you can download music on Amazon Music? Like get the MP3 and have it for life? That wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't have a Prime membership though, but I was trying to see if a Prime membership would be worth it to me recently, to see what other services they have on there. So Ted is saying, is it safe for the overall battery health? Yeah, we talked about this. We've kind of went through this before. I think I talked about it yesterday or the other day, and they said that like 800 cycles, right? I think Paul made a good point too. They said it took about 800 cycles before they noticed like a really like a charger with over 100 watts started to actually degrade the battery. But if you're thinking about 800 cycles, that's, imagine if you charge your phone every day, that's 2.5 years. And someone like me who would have a huge battery and probably wouldn't even charge every 2.5 years, I feel like I'd probably get a lot out of that battery. I think. I think we can't just use one article, right? That's anecdotal evidence. But yeah, battery health is still something to be concerned about. So let me see here. And oh man, I got to get ready for my next thing, guys. So let me just go through this real quick. Team Bryce says, I hope it doesn't degrade too fast over time, though. Right. And you know what I shared, I think, is what they were saying is like it could last longer, but you know, who knows? Paul says, but you'll have to bolt the pad down or the fan blows it off the table. I'm imagining you're being sarcastic, right? I forgot it has a fan too. Deepak says, yeah, you can download the MP3s, but you have to be a Prime member. So once you're not a Prime member, then you lose it. Yeah, that's a kind of a conundrum there. But good to know. Ted also says they give you a $1 credit, then you can use it for whatever digital purchase on Amazon. I would use the credit to buy comics on Kindle. That's cool. That's actually a really good idea too. So thank you guys for that feedback. Thank you. Guys, I have to run. I have an event starting in less than half an hour, and I got to make sure I'm all set up and ready to go. So with that being said, I do want to thank everybody today for joining the show. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming in, spending some time with me. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to talk and chat, having a great conversation. I love when we're all in here. I love seeing the regulars. I feel like we're just like, I wish we could do this in real life and just like get a big round table and like grab beers, and maybe we'll do that one day. I'm just going to force all of you to come to Chicago and come visit, and we should hold an event. And I think that would be fun. And this isn't about me. This has nothing to do with me. This is just like, you know, being a group of people who like loves tech and can talk about stuff. And like, I don't know, I feel like we have a good community. But again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Also, real quick, I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. If you guys haven't, please like, subscribe, share it, tell other people. Let's make this community grow. It would be great if I could do this as like a full-time gig one day and I don't have to worry about 8 million other things. But for now, it is what it is. But I do want to thank everybody for, you know, supporting me in that way. For anybody who for all my patrons, for people who support me on Patreon, for people who support me on YouTube, as you know, for being a member, I want to thank you guys so much for that as well. And for people who super chatted today, Ruben, Brian, Levin, who am I missing? Deepak, Murthy. I think that's everybody who super chatted today. Thank you guys so much for the support, and for people who have supported me in the past, thank you so much. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. You hear that? I'm already forgetting your name. I have to scroll back up here. But it had starting some shit. Oh, please don't demonetize me, YouTube. I only said it 3 times. It can't be that bad. 2 p.m. Central. That's the time, not Eastern. 2 p.m. Central. So that's 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Come back tomorrow, guys. We're going to do it all over again. And hopefully we have more tech. And I think I don't have as much of a longer day. So we'll come back to that. Deepak says we can open a Telegram group. I know I have a Discord. Really, I should just invite you guys to Discord. It's like on a higher tier. It just makes more sense. I will think about it. We'll talk about it. Guys, thank you so much. I got to get ready for my other work stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow. Come back 2 p.m. Bye. Here's the outro.